Hey y'all. So tonight I decided to make us in my Instapot tonight. I'm going to use it pork tenderloin. So what you're going to do is take your meat. You're going to season it up with salt, pepper, some paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and I've got my bone second sauce. I think I already showed you that for a few seconds ago. And I got some brown sugar. I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of that. So I'm going to get my meat all seasoned up. I'll be right back. But anyway, so the last one is I just give this a good heavy sprinkle. That's what they look like. Okay, so I've got my meat all seasoned up really well. And it is, I kind of just pressed it down in there real good. It's time to turn your Instapot on to saute. And we want to kind of brown all sides. Just a couple minutes. It doesn't take long. You want to do that. And then I'm going to do all 4 sides, and I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I've got them. I've seared them on all 4 sides. They're not done. We want to set these to the side. And I'm going to put in 1 cup of chicken broth or stock, whichever one you have. We want to do about a teaspoon of liquid smoke, kind of give it that good smoky flavor, and some Wash Your Sister sauce, Worcestershire, whatever you want to call it, but Wash Your Sister. About a teaspoon of that also. While the saute is still going, we want to get all of the good pieces off the bottom. Okay, so I hit cancel. It's time to add the meat directly back into the liquid because we want it to be good and juicy. Pour some of that back in there. We want to turn it to high. We want to go pressure cook for 3 minutes. It'll take just a few minutes for it to heat up, and then once it has completed the 3 minutes of cooking, you will naturally release it for 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to make the gravy. I'm going to get the meat out, and now I'm going to make the gravy that goes over it. We need to let this rest for about 5 minutes, which is about how long it takes to make the gravy. So what you do is you take 3 tablespoons of the liquid and put it over 2 tablespoons. That is my husband being silly in the background. Over cornstarch. And we want to make like a little slurry to make it thick. So, okay, now that I've got my slurry fixed, I'm just going to pour it back into the liquid. And we want to, I pressed saute. And we want to bring this barely to a boil and then turn it off. I'm gonna grab a whisk. I feel like my lighting is terrible in here for some reason. So I'm gonna kind of whisk it around and wait for it to come to a boil. Then when it does, I'm gonna pour it in my fancy little gravy bowl so we can serve it over our meat. But I'm just waiting on it to come to a boil. Okay, so it has just started to come to a boil, and you can tell while you're whisking it when it starts to thicken up, and you're gonna know, okay, well this is getting good. Also, it becomes a darker color. So look at that. Perfect. It's very tender. See that? Y'all, that's delicious. So get you some mashed potatoes and some asparagus or whatever kind of green vegetable you want and try this. It is so delicious.